Well, kids, good morning. Inverted cow here again. Just wanted to show you the nuclear plant that I made last night. I have, as you can see, I've reworked the processing room down here a little bit. So I'm just going to quickly go over what I've done. This plant, I turned it on, I hooked it up yesterday and got it started. I put 4 quad uranium cores in here, and they are all left down to near depleted uranium cells, 4 near depleted uranium cells. I'm just going to let them run until they're done, so I'm not worried about that. Now, as you remember, you saw the other video to this, I had a redstone block fail-safe switch. Basically, whenever there's a redstone signal applied, the piston pulls back. Now, I set it up on a kind of a double redundancy here. If I want the machine turned off, I just throw the switch. This is actually turned off right now because of something else. Now, I have this thermostat set here, which if the machine gets too hot, over 65,000 degrees or whatever they're calling it, it emits a redstone signal, shuts it off. This is actually not shut off because of that. The other thing I did is I took 2 MFSU units, try that again, 2 MFSU units, and I took one of them and I selected here to turn the redstone signal on. So when it is full, this emits a redstone signal. And that is why this is powered on. Now I put this other one on. This one was upstairs on the other end of the system when I started this morning. I put it on, and as you can see, it has also fully charged. Now that was just static charge, or whatever was stored in the power plant itself. I did this morning. This was about 6 or 7 hours ago that I started doing this work. These motors are running on the high voltage output from those 2 MFSUs plus whatever's coming off that transformer. So they are running all off of surplus power, just whatever power was stored in the unit. I don't know where this power is being stored from or is drawing from, but I guarantee you that my auxiliary power, my little magnetic or geothermal power grid over here, that is not going to power 4 motors with, like, they're all chipped out. They got the extra chip in them and stuff. I don't know if I can reach them from down here. I'm not too worried about it. I'm also running a mass fabricator off that same line. Now, this is something I hate about this system, or this mod. If you break these items with the wrench that they give you, or you break it with any other wrench, or you break it period, you don't get the stuff back. You do not get the machine. You get some parts of the components or a machine block or something like that. Garbage. Pisses me off. I'm constantly having to rebuild every time I move something. If I misclick because of my bad lag and get something placed over here when I want it over there, I gotta remake that machine. Now it's okay for like a furnace or a generator or something like that. It's a royal pain in the butt because it happens to me with the geothermal generators. If they break, you sometimes, now it's not always, but sometimes you don't get them back. I had the mass fabricator do that to me today. I was really pissed off because these things are not cheap to make. These are expensive. But I found out that the mass fabricator is one of the 2 or 3 machines that can actually run on the high voltage output from these MFSUs. So that's why I moved it down here. Now, as you can see, this is the extra utilities pipe coming off of it. This is the only thing I have found these pipes are good for. Going from one location, one location to another. Really, They are not good for inventory control. They're not good for stocking. They're not good for anything else. It's basically, think of it as a replacement for hoppers. You know, that's the way I look at it. This is simply a power hopper. Snap it on the side. Wherever I want the other end, that's where it's going. It don't matter how far away, that's where it's going. It doesn't get there fast, but it gets there. Which is fine. For what I need, it's fine. I mean, it's basically a benign hopper. Saves me using an additional, like a redstone pipe with an archaic gate on it, or a motor, or something stupid like that. It's just bang and into the chest. Now this is my return chest. Everything comes from all of these machines output into hoppers into this chest. Everything pumps up this line. This goes back up into the main grid up there. Just wanted to show this nuke in action. This ran. I put this on last night, like I said, before I went to bed, before I logged off. It ran all night off of 4 quad uranium cells, and it's still got power left over. And this is gone all day. This whole area is chunk loaded. It never shuts off, it never stops, never quits. So this runs all night long. So that's a fairly decent amount of power. Like, I'm powering my whole base. These motors, Mouse has a quarry hooked up to a system. A tesseract, an energy tesseract is hooked up to this. She's running a quarry off of these. As you can see, I've got a little bit of everything in here. I do have some biogas running the creosote from the coke ovens upstairs, because honestly I'd rather cook charcoal and those things and take that extra little bit of creosote and burn it in a biogas engine and just dump it or void pouch it or whatever people do with it. I know it's not really a high productive, but hey, you know, 4 MJs is 4 MJs, right? Yeah, these motors, they're pumping out about 10. Those are 12. No, something like that. These are 12. These are 10. You know, so I'm producing some fairly decent redstone power. I know some people have like banks, and I mean banks of these electric motors, like 10, 15, 20 of them. I might put in a couple more. I don't know. The quarry, I'm only running 1 quarry off of it. It's doing fairly good. I don't like running a lot of quarries because honestly I have absolutely no need for that much resource. The only thing that is to note with these things is you need copper. So yeah, this is gonna, to remake this fuel cells, that takes copper. This whole system sucked up a lot of copper. I changed over to gold piping. This is all low voltage pipe, but I use gold wire, double insulated gold wire, which is seriously overpowered for what that can handle. So I'm not worried about the pipes melting or the power plant melting down. This is medium voltage. This goes upstairs. I have another low voltage transformer at the other end of it for a bank of ovens. I've got a bank of electric furnaces and compressors and whatnot in my processing, processing for order room. What the heck, I'll take it up there. I just set myself on fire. What the hell? Well, that was a bit of fun. Those are what you call hot pants, I guess. Yeah, as you can tell, my pants seem to have melted down. I'm using the modular power suits. Apparently, if you recharge your battery pack and have the suit on so that it generates electricity when it runs, it can get a little bit hot under the collar. Um, because, yeah, like I said, I've got the double failsafe. There's no way that this reactor would overheat even if it was on right now, because at 7,000 degrees it starts to get hot. Um, this is set at 6,500. It shuts it off at 6,500. Yeah, so there's a lesson learned there, folks. Never run around with power suit armor on that has kinetic energy on it. Apparently, it gets a bit hot. Upstairs here on the middle floor, I have, this is my crafting room. This is everything auto crafts. Um, Everything that I need done auto crafts. And the other end of the power, I bring um, medium voltage up here. This goes through into a low voltage transformer, um, which then pumps into two battery boxes, which are now all full. See, I couldn't even get these things to take a charge before. It was just limping up on the system. Um, so now that's keeping a full charge. Um, as you can tell, I'm lagging pretty severely again. I always find that's the only drawback I have with these logistics pipes is for some reason they generate mounted lag. Sorry. Um, and as you can tell, it becomes almost completely unplayable. Um, you lose total control of yourself. More often than not, I've been smashing into ceilings and walls and things because of it. Now here's where I had that other MFSU hooked up. I pulled it out. I went strictly with low voltage. This comes off the low voltage power plus the two solar arrays over there. And that's all I have for power for this thing. And it's fully charged. I haven't had it flickering or dying or whimpering out or nothing. So, needless to say, the nuclear generator is definitely the way to go if you're wanting to power a base. There we go. We're having some lessons about modular power suits as well. So, uh, sign off now, kids, and I'll talk to you all later.